Here we are again. It's our annual Growing Up Recycling Cart Decorating Contest. The students have worked hard and the scores are in. Now, we know who the winners are, and we want to invite you in on the secret. This contest is our fourth, and it's gaining momentum. Stay tuned to see which schools placed and which school won. We'll be right back.
Hi, we are here, we are taping, and we are ready to win. Welcome to Wasting No Time! Woo! We're out here in the field rolling out the recycling carts so you can recycle curbside.
Hi, and welcome to Wasting No Time on HTV. I'm your host, Sharon Moses. Growing Up Recycling is underway, and we've got some great and creative carts to show you. The students are excited about talking about their projects and expressing their designs. Once again, we worked in coordination with HISD's When I Grow Up Career Fair Expo, and today we have the top 3 winners with us. I think it's fun to start with third place winners, so let's get on with it, shall we? Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Hamilton Middle School.
Correct.
Third place.
Yes.
And your name is Patty Hernandez.
Yes.
And you are the
art teacher.
Art teacher. Tell me, Patty, how did you get involved with this project?
Well, I was involved with this project many years before when I was at Sam Houston High School.
Okay.
And students love the idea of the cart, the shape, how to change it into something, how to use materials that are recyclable, and make creations.
So you are an art teacher, so this kind of comes naturally to you, I would think.
Yes.
Okay, and we've got 3 students with us. I'm going to ask, I know we have Jonathan, Angelina, am I right? And then Sergio. So Jonathan, tell me about the project and what you thought was fun or important about this project.
Well, the fun part of the project is that I got to express how important recycling is, not only to us, but to many wildlife out there. That was those important key facts that brought the fun out of this project.
I'm glad you said wildlife. Angelina, what was the topic or the subject of your cart?
It was about a sea turtle, and we did the sea turtle because many marine animals are getting killed because they mistake plastics as food.
And Sergio, ¿qué es más importante para ti, para your recycling project, para Reciclando? Es tortuga, ¿sí? ¿Y por qué te quieres tortuga? So why did you choose the turtle, and why is this project recycling important to you?
Es muy importante porque nos ayuda a salvar todas las tortugas. Mucha gente tira botellas de plástico al mar y eso hace que se muera.
That's excellent. Now, Jonathan, I'm going to ask you to translate for me.
Well, he's saying it was important. The most important thing was that we're actually helping raise awareness for the turtles, because people just throw water bottles into the sea, and the turtles were mistaken for food, and when they eat it, they unfortunately die.
So, is this you said you've been involved with this project before?
Yes.
Right, Patty?
From the first year.
From the first year. Is this the first time you've placed?
No, I'm sorry, yes, no, this is not the first time.
Okay.
We won first place at Sam the first year and the second year.
I don't think we weren't doing shows
No,
on
you
them
weren't
back
doing
then.
shows at the time.
So you kind of just keep coming. How many years have you done this now?
This is the 4th year.
4th year, so you've been involved each year we've done it. That's wonderful. And you just moved locations from the schools to another school.
Right, I was
but
in
you
high
kept
school
picking
and
up.
I moved to middle school.
Middle school. Now, these students, last year, I saw you last year, and I think you won the
People's Choice.
People's Choice, and that was at Airplane, which I thought was so cool. Are these the same students that worked on the project last year?
No, these are 7th grade students,
Okay.
and I had 7th grade students with me last year,
Okay.
who are now 8th grade students.
So who makes a decision on what to paint the cart? Who makes the call? Is it you or the students?
It's a collaboration. These students have been working really hard with me. They've come in on Saturday. They've worked after school. They've worked during class time. So it's a collaboration between all of us.
So it's before and after, so it's an all-day-long project that you guys get to work on, right? And are you all the only students that were involved in the program, or were there other students that just couldn't be here? Is it just the total?
There's been a lot of students.
Okay.
I've had my classes working on it because we made huge paper mache pieces that were stuffed with bottles that were discarded.
Okay.
So,
Jonathan, you said it's important to talk about sea life, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And the turtles, and why the turtle? Why not a dolphin? Why not, a whale? What made you go with the decision to choose to use the turtle as your example?
Well, turtles are the closest marine animal. They're the closest to extinction because, as I said, they eat the plastics and they die. And this is not just by hundreds. These are by going down by the thousands. So we thought if we raise awareness, people will start throwing trash to bring the sea life back up, not just only the turtles.
Would you do it again? Do you think that the project was worth it to get involved in it? Did you think it was worth getting involved in it?
It was worth it.
Okay.
Many people were there telling me, yes, this is important, I'll do it. And it was just...
Okay, and Angelina, where did you get your recycling supplies from?
We collected them from the students around the school. We sent out an announcement saying to bring water bottles to Ms. Hernandez's class.
Okay. Oh, so you use mostly plastic water bottles that you reuse. Very good, very good. Okay, and let's see. I'm going to come back to you, Sergio. Let me think about something for a second. Tell me why you think people need to know about recycling. You know, we do this as a project for fun, but why do you think the people need to know about just recycling in general? What difference do you think it makes on our big planet Earth?
Is this for me?
Yeah, you can take that.
Okay. I think that by using a symbol, something that someone can relate to, like a piece of art, is more of a reminder than just telling people you need to recycle. I think they need that visual.
Okay. So you think this is a program that's worth
Yes,
redoing
definitely.
every year?
Yes, definitely.
It's not a waste of time?
No, it's not a waste of time at all.
And students, what would, and anybody can answer this, what do you think you've learned or gained from this experience?
Well, I learned that I can just express important thoughts and ideas through artwork, not just only through writing or speaking.
Okay. And how much money did you guys win?
$350.
$350. That's a lot of money. 300?
$350.
50, see?
$350. Excellent job, just for putting paper on a cart. Is that good work or what? Keep up the good work, guys. We're so proud of you. Thank you so much. Woo!
Mucho dinero, sí. Te gusta para la escuela. Es no para los estudiantes, pero es para la escuela, see? So it's not for just the students, it's actually for the school?
Yes, ma'am.
So you guys don't get the money.
No,
it's
ma'am.
for the school. What happens to that money?
That money, we're talking about it right now, is to use it for a field trip.
For a field trip. Okay, will it take your art class? Okay, very good.
Well,
very
Angelina's very much involved with photography, so we were thinking about maybe the Arboretum or someplace like that.
good. So what grade are you in, Angelina? You're in the 7th grade?
Yes.
And 7th grade?
Yes, ma'am.
7th grade? All 7th graders. Is this your first time working on a project like this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, did it take a lot of time, a lot of hours to get it done?
It did.
It took some time.
Did you have to write a paper?
Yeah, we did.
You had to write a paper, and the paper talked about your project. And what did you say in the paper that you think was important?
It basically started off a scenario about what would happen to a turtle when we leave trash at the beach.
Okay.
And then it started saying that that how plastic and other trash can harm sea turtles and other marine animals. And it started listing ways how you can help out and save. And at the end it said why we decided to do the sea turtle as our project.
Excellent. Sergio, yo hablo sobre qué es su papel para información para su tortuga, ¿sí? ¿Qué es importante para ti, para su papel, que escribir? What's important to you about what you wrote about the turtle?
Es muy importante porque así la gente podía saber cómo ayudar a salvar las tortugas y algunas personas no saben eso, pero muchas tortugas están siendo afectadas y por eso es muy importante.
You want to translate for us?
Well, he's saying it is important because it tells people that don't know how to save turtles, many ways to save the turtles. That's basically all he said.
Thank you all for being on the show. So glad to have you. We're hoping that you're going to do it again next year.
Oh, we are.
Looking forward to seeing you. Well, more Growing Up Recycling when we return. You stay tuned. Hi, thanks for staying tuned in. I'm Sharon Moses, and you're watching Wasting No Time. We're talking about our annual recycling cart decorating contest. This contest helps to groom our future leaders by teaching them the importance of recycling in a fun and creative way. This contest was a close one, but the judges have made their decisions and the tallies are in. Our second place winners are students of Milby High School, and we are excited to have them in the studio with us today. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
So glad to have you all now. I remember some of these faces here. You guys placed last year. Were you placed last year at what place, Rowena?
We were first place last year.
Oh my God, so you've been dethroned.
Yes, somebody took the throne.
They took the throne. So we're talking about Milby High School, and you are the librarian, right?
Yes, I'm the
And you are now second place instead of first place last year. And I remember some of the faces. I remember Carmen, I think we've got Jasmine, and I think I have a new face here, Yolanda, right? So Rowena, tell us about the project, and then we're going to talk to the students as well.
Okay, so it's we decided to create our cart, like a symbol. We are trying to symbolize the earth and Houston. I don't think, do you remember last year we made a buffalo?
I do remember that buffalo. Yes, that was exciting. Okay.
And we wanted to do the same thing, but we said we can't, they'll know it's us.
Right,
so we said, let's just focus on Houston, focus on how we can create more awareness about recycling.
I'm actually glad you said that, because last year we did something a little bit differently. When the judges came out, they knew what schools were competing. They could see the school. Was that right? I think this year they hid the school names, so we didn't know who the schools were. We just judged based on your project alone. And I want to talk about that project, because one thing that I want to make sure that I stress and reiterate is the writing piece. Ladies, I want one of you all, and anybody can jump in, to tell me about what you wrote about your project and what your essay pretty much said and stated. You know what, you're new. Yolanda, let's start with you.
Okay, well, our essay towards the project was just to keep everybody in mind and keep focus on the whole recycling, because as we know, City of Houston just renewed their contract.
Look at you. Oh, hey, look. Okay, round of applause. Everybody give her a round of applause. That was awesome. And you're in high school and you know this.
Yes.
Go on, keep talking.
And so we just wanted to keep the everyone aware of recycling, how important it is, and we just stated that everybody's one as a person, because this is our home. It's one people, we're one as people, we're one planet, and we're one city together.
That's wonderful. I am so impressed, Rowena. Look at you. Okay, Jasmine, I think the judges talked to you, right?
I talked to one of them.
What did they ask you? You don't remember?
I don't remember.
You remember what they said?
You forgot?
No, what about you, Carmen? Do you remember what the judges were talking about, what they were asking you?
No, because we got there a little bit late.
Okay.
We didn't got there when the judges were there.
That's fine. Then let's talk about the project itself. Tell me who decided to make the world? Who did that? Was that your decision, Rowena?
Well, we had a meeting when we first got that email about the contest. So we called a meeting, we have a club, the Peace Club, and then we brainstormed together and we said, hey, do you have a theme in mind? Because it's growing up recycling. What can we do to show that, you know, we're recycling?
Right.
And at that time, one of our members, he's not here, he said, Miss, did you know that the city is trying to renew this contract with the company that does the curbside recycling? Maybe we can talk about that so they know that they need to continue, even if it might cost a little bit more, or they said maybe, because it's
Well, let's just give him some name recognition. What's his name? He's
it
not
was
here.
Francisco and Luis and Misael Calderon. There were 3 boys, actually.
3 boys. So
yes.
you had more students than the one sitting in front here working on the
Yes.
project. So does it sound like it's a total of 6, but are there more?
Yes.
There are about 12.
Yeah.
a little
About
bit more.
12
Wow.
students, yes.
And all of you guys just jumped in and participated and decided to, okay.
But
Yes.
most of us are seniors, so it was mostly us,
Our last
and then
project.
they would come and pitch in when they had time. So
Yeah.
See, that's really nice. So you
Yes.
guys are getting ready to get out of high school. I asked the class before you, what did you learn about this project? And I'm going to kind of double up that question. Do you think it's important to continue projects like this for people who come behind you, as you guys are getting ready to go on? And it's kind of a double question. I hope anybody can jump in and ask it. Carmen, go ahead and answer it. I'm sorry.
I think it's a good idea, because when we were making it, a lot of people will come in and see what we were doing and learn about what we had to recycle and what the new things of the contract. And a lot of people just ask, oh, what are you doing? Oh, that's really good. Even teachers, and our teachers will learn too about it.
Wonderful.
Because they were creating the project in the library. So we set aside one area in the library and people would see it. So they would ask, hey, what is this about? And what are you doing? And so the discussion is there. It keeps the discussion going. And I guess it encourages others to
Now,
recycle
I find
more.
that interesting, Rowena, because you're a librarian and
Oh no.
I mean, like, isn't that the theme of the library?
Yes.
Okay, so how do you do such a project without, making any noise? How did that work?
Our library is not quiet.
Yeah,
As
it's
these
not.
kids, we do not have a quiet library.
Especially when we're all brainstorming and thinking, nobody's quiet.
Yes. Plus, we have a maker space areas because that's where the kids create. So they create stuff. We just leave, and we leave all the materials there.
Okay.
And whenever they're off, they have off periods, lunch. They would just, Miss, we're here. We're gonna work on it. Okay, go ahead. Just keep
So she seems like a cool librarian.
Yes,
Is that
she's the coolest,
cool. She's
the
a cool
best.
librarian. Okay. Tell me about how many students. You said it was 12 of you all. And were you always there at the same time, or did y'all come in and piecemeal it together? How did you make it work?
Well, whenever we had the meeting, all of us who could attend, because there were other meetings as well.
Okay.
But everyone who could attend, we all brainstormed, then we all pitched in, and anytime anybody had different, because we weren't all there at the same time.
Okay.
But there was different times where we would be there, everybody separately.
And then Jasmine, when you get to the end of the project, like, how do you know when you're done? How do you look at it and go, oh, this is it, we're finished, it's complete?
Well, when we say we were finished, and I'm like, oh no, let's add this more. No, there's one more thing.
Never finished.
Yeah, it
It's
was
always,
never
let's
finished.
add.
Always
It's
putting
always-
something in
May
it.
I add? They had the drawing. They had the drawing, and they said, okay, this is what we're going to do. So people would the other students would just say, oh, we still need this, we still need this, and Miss, what can we do now? And so it's like different stages.
And
they
where
just
did you
help
get your
each other.
materials from? Because
Actually, from our Peace Club, we recycle around, so we got some of the materials from there, and then also from our culinary, because we had to do the paper mache, we would do the flour, and then also from our art teacher, and he is also part of the Peace Club. He helps around, and he also helps recycle too. So we got the paint and glue
Yeah.
from him.
so this project cost you absolutely nothing,
Nothing.
but your time
Yes.
and your brain, because you get to learn and teach others, right? And then you also receive some money.
Yes.
And how much was that money?
$450.
$450 just for decorating a recycling cart.
The playground and the world's united. Remember the little chain of people wrapped around the base of the cart? That is Milby High School. Number 2, you guys did an excellent job. And Turner is giving them how much money? $450. Woo! Good job. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much, number 2.
Yes.
Rowena, what happens to that money?
Oh, that goes to our club fund. So if
Okay.
we need to buy any supplies, any materials, if the kids need to go volunteer and we need to buy snacks, we have something.
Happy graduation, seniors. I'm so proud of you.
Thank
Rowena,
you.
it's good to have you back.
Oh, thank you.
Welcome, and we look forward to seeing you again next year.
Yes,
Okay?
we're happy to be here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Effective immediately, glass is no longer accepted in the green curbside recycling cart. Now, we can still recycle glass at the City of Houston's depositories and/or our recycling centers, as well as the drop-off locations. For days and hours of operation, please visit our website at houstonsolidwaste.org or call us at 311. Stay tuned to see who the first place winners are. We will be right back. And now, for the moment we've all been waiting for. The winners are here, and the students are beaming with joy. Now, what was it that made them number 1? Was it the paper that they wrote explaining the process? Was it the number of students working on the project? Perhaps it was in their design concept. Or maybe it was just plain old creativity that sealed the deal. Let's find out.
We are ready for number 1. And the number 1 prize goes to Energy. We are so excited. They are number 1 in their place. You guys, you did a great job. Look at all these smart, intelligent, super students. Good job, guys. Come on up. Come on up. Come on down. Get your prize money. Get your prize money. Good job. $550 to the winner of the Who Grows Up Recycling Contest, or the Grown Up Recycling Contest. And these ones are growing up recycling. Good job. Give yourself a hand. Woo! $550. You guys did it. Great job. Thank you so much.
Dr. Hall?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell us about the project and tell us about the Energy Institute High School. This school fascinates me. Just give me a little bit of tidbit about it, please.
Well, at Energy Institute High School, we basically focus on project-based learning. It allows the students to learn skills throughout those projects that they do. And they focus on 3 major areas where it's geoscience, alternative energy, and the offshore technology phase.
How did you all get involved in the recycling cart decorating contest?
Well, actually, one of our themes being energy is that we have to focus on our environment. And so therefore we have a club called the Energy Converters, and they kind of came up with the name on their own as a student group. And last year we're actually a recycling club, and so we wanted to change it up and give it more flavor since we do more than just recycle.
Amber, welcome back.
Thanks for having me.
So last year you all placed, was it number 2?
Yes.
And you're number 1, so you just kind of booted right on up there.
Absolutely.
And we have a new person here, Luis.
Yes.
Right, so this is your first year working on the project?
No, actually,
Did you?
I've been apart from last year, but
Wonderful, and you didn't get to come on the show, so you're here today. I'm so glad to have you all again. Okay, so tell me about this project, and Amber, you can start because you did such a great job last time. Tell me about it, why you did it, why you picked the concept, and whatever else you want to tell me about.
So we are decorated our cart as Wally, and that was definitely thanks to the sophomores that are currently here. And last year as freshmen, we were on the bus and we were going home.
Did she say the sophomores? Are you a senior now?
I'm a junior.
Okay, I didn't mean to interrupt. Go on, I apologize.
So the sophomores on the bus last year, and us and the freshmen, we all got together and we were like, okay, we need to think of something definitely better, something to get the eye of everyone that's there, and we decided on Wally. Because the way Wally works is he definitely, in the movie, if you've seen it, what happens is it's the end of the world and Wally is given the task of cleaning up after humans that had left it they destroyed it.
I remember Wally.
So,
Luis, tell me what you did. How did you participate and be a part? What was your input? And I'm so glad to have you on the show this time. Tell me anything about last year and this year too. How'd you get involved?
Thank you. Last year, our theme was we created a tree and we put it on top of the cart. And our main goal was to symbolize the environment and how we could help it. So the tree was symbolistic of our hope.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so this year we go to Wally. And yes, I know about Wally. I've seen Wally. So Amber, I just love having them here. Tell me about what this project means to you. And do you think it's a worthwhile project for other students coming? Because you're a junior now. So that means one more year and you're out of there, right?
Absolutely.
So how important is it that we continue programs like this?
I'd say it's definitely important because focusing on growing up recycling, you want to tell people to do it at a younger age. At a younger age for my school, when I was in elementary, I was of course encouraged to recycle, and I want to continue to do that even after I graduate from high school. So encouraging the freshmen that we have right now, the sophomores, and then as a senior, I hope to continue to encourage them to recycle because even whenever you're younger, you need to focus on the future and what the earth will be there for you.
That is excellent. Dr. Hall, you know, this reminds me, like when I was in high school, I wanted to go to HSPVA. You know, we sing and do our performing thing, but I like the twist of this. Like it's focused on the, I guess, the mind and what you're doing with your energy concepts. As a teacher, right, in this school, how do you see a project like this being beneficial to the instructors as well as the students? Tell me about your position of this particular project. What do you think about it?
Well, actually, I'm an engineering instructor on the campus, so I do get to cover all of the different phases of the energy pieces. And so I would say, as far as being in a school that specializes in the area, it does kind of help you have more of an understanding as to what we need to do for our Earth. But I would say that these students have actually done their own research and come up with their own ideas on what they want to focus on, because our campus is not just about the energy themes. We do mostly focus on presentation skills. We focus on how to get them ready for the next career that they would like to go into. So as an HISD employee, we always tell our students that, hey, we're global graduates more than just what the district has laid out for us, but actually what you want to be as a global leader in this world. And so this project actually helps them to now think about, okay, as a global leader, what can I do to save our Earth?
That's wonderful. What did you all do differently this year? I mean, what pushed you up from 2 to 1, you know? What made the difference? What do you think was the change that twisted the thing and turned the tide for you?
I think it was definitely the elements that we included. So for example, one thing that we included for Wally is that he uses this solar panel to recharge himself. And so we included in our essay, which Luis will later discuss, how the solar panel reflected not only on the sun, but yourself to, you know, encourage to recycle. And also one of the key elements was, of course, the boot, which included the plant that was definitely symbolizing the end of the world and saving the world.
I remember that plant. You're going to make me go home and watch Wally. So Luis, tell me about the article, I guess the thesis that you wrote. I want to call it a thesis, but I'm probably too far ahead. Tell me about what you wrote in your topic, since you said you were going to talk about it.
Yeah, our theme was Wally, right? And he's a symbol of society's transgression against the environment. He demonstrates like the mass consumerism everybody created in a future apocalyptic world. And he's a symbol of hope for us that we can do better.
The judges came out and talked to you. Right? Yeah. I saw the judges talking to you all. Do you all remember what types of questions they presented to you, or what statements they might have made to you?
I'm not so sure about the questions. I do remember the statement being that they really liked it. So for the questions, I do believe that they revolved around, you know, what really encouraged us to come up with this idea. How did we change it from last year? You know?
See, and I think that some schools, they participate in being there. It's not a requirement to win. But I think it helps because the judges are out there and able to talk to the students face to face to get an idea and an understanding of the concept. I thought you guys did a really great job on your cards. What about next year? Is you preparing to be a senior? So is this something that you would do? What about you, Luis? What, are you a senior, junior?
Sophomore.
Sophomore? Oh, you're just a baby. But that's okay. We've got another 2 years with you then, right? So is this a project that you would like to participate in next year?
Yes, totally.
And you're looking forward to it?
Yes.
Get a whole Dr. Hall. Yeah, okay. Now, so what all did you all win? I think the money went up a little bit this year. How much did you win?
$550.
$550. Tell me about what you can do with that money.
Well, actually, this year, the students utilized that money to get more products, and they also bought shirts. So this is our first year that our club or organization will have their own T-shirts that they even designed as well. And so the principal was really excited when she saw the design that they came up with. We kind of utilized our school colors within the recycling symbol to create the energy converter layout with the lightning strike, meaning the energy that we provide to our school.
Thank you so very much, Dr. Hall and students. We're glad to have you. Well, I hope that you all enjoyed participating in this program. We also had a People's Choice that won, and we want to thank Toter, our sponsor, because they are the ones that wrote the checks and sent the cards, and those are the most important things we got to get out there. Thank you, Toter. We appreciate it, and I hope you all enjoyed the recycling card contest. I know the students did. As always, if you have questions, please visit our website at www.houstonsolidwaste.org or call us at 311. And don't forget to like us on Facebook. We are social people at Houston Solid Waste. Please follow us on Twitter at Houston Trash. Well, this has been great. It's been fun and exciting, and we will see you next time. So everybody, thank you so much for coming. Thank you. It's been a pleasure, and we have just watched what? Wasting No Time. Goodbye. Bye. Thank you. High five. Woo-hoo. Making it fun, y'all. There you go. Exciting. There you go. Woo-hoo.